So welcome. In this time, we will explore Geranium Essential Oil. If you have her, you can take her and breathe her in. If you don't have the oil, not to worry, you can just sit back and listen. It's a very feminine oil, associated with working with all sorts of issues that pertain to feminine energy, to feminine experience. It has a sweetness to the aroma. There's also a little bit of green in there that you might pick out. And it has a circulating quality. So it's moving energy around in a circulating quality, and also slightly kind of lullaby rocking to it with the floral there. Emotionally, this is an oil that helps us with feeling nourished, with feeling loved. It also helps to link into our connection to trust. It's an oil that really, for me, kind of links into mothering energy, to that quality of tenderness, loving connection with kind of the mother energy or the mother figure. Thinking of it almost as like putting kind of loving arms, tender loving arms around you. Soothes worry, soothes overthinking. So very, very useful for any kind of stress-related conditions. Physically, it helps reduce sugar cravings. It helps with any kind of menstrual cramps or irritability. So it's a good one to use in the time before your cycle. It helps us really develop a sense of, through that tenderness, as you can probably understand, and through that sense of nourishing self and being nourished, allowing ourselves to feel nourished and be nourished. It also helps facilitate a trust within ourselves and within others, especially when things have been difficult, when times have been difficult. Geranium also has a strong affinity with the heart. So this beautiful pinkness to it. I don't know, it brings to mind the color pink when I work with it. And obviously also we have the label, which is pink, and has this kind of deep association with the heart. So one very nice way to use it is simply just to gently apply it over the heart space, the center of the heart space here at the center of the breastbone. But the point that we're going to use is the point CV8, which is the point right on the belly button. So right where where your belly button is, and this is a point that's forbidden to needle. So it's one that would be not able to be used by your acupuncturist. And this really is where one of the benefits of the oils come in, because we can work with oils there. So let's take the point together. You're just going to take one drop, and working with oils around the umbilicus, you want to work with diluted 25 to 50%, just to reduce any kind of sensitivity. So if your oil is already pure, you could put a little bit of carrier oil around the belly button and then apply the oil straight on. So working with maybe a 25% or a 50% dilution, you're going to take your oil and then just, you can gently kind of take the finger and just maybe slightly circulate around the rim of the belly button. You could then gently keep the finger there, holding over the belly button, and then placing the other hand over the full palm over the belly button. You could then, once you've held for a little while, maybe you release the finger that is over the belly button, leaving the oil there, but keeping the palm over the point, over CV8, the belly button point, for again 1 to 3 minutes. And as we're holding this point, if you want to close your eyes and really open yourself up to an experience of receiving, deep connection to yourself and to being nourished. I'm going to read you a quote from Gabrielle Moget, who in their book Aromatherapy for Healing the Spirit says of geranium that it helps us to reconnect to our feeling life, to our emotional sensitivity, feeling relaxed, spontaneity, and a healthy thirst for pleasure and enjoyment. Continuing with this comes a greater capacity for intimate communication, one in which being able to receive and experience is as important as the power to give and express. Isn't that beautiful? So this point CV8, you can continue to hold as long as you wish. I'll just talk a little bit about the point before we finish. Is a deeply restorative point, supportive for digestion, as you might imagine, being in that area, and also very warming. And if we look at the kind of the deeper aspect of this point, this really is where we were connected to our mother. This is where we received all of the nourishment to take on this physical form, to become. So this is the first place really that we received nourishment. So it's a very profound point, a very, very profound point. If we think of it kind of on a larger, maybe almost like a metaphorical level, fortifies us. So if we have any kind of sense of depletion or exhaustion, this is a great point to work with. Geranium also is going to help us receive the nourishment. So combining that oil on the point also going to help with a sense of fortifying, of receiving the nourishment. If energy has kind of really dropped and you're feeling in need of that support. It's a wonderful oil to work with, beautiful point to work with. And I hope this serves you greatly, and you find a great kind of tenderness and ability to receive when you work with the oil on this point. Much love.